Sheba sir will be joining and he will be continuing the session. But before that, I will be discussing some few points. So please let me know that the screen, is it visible? The screen? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Just a second. Okay. So like I'll be discussing about what is data analyst and how why you should why data analyst and what is the difference between like data analyst and data science. And then I think after that Sheba sir will be continuing. So we'll be discussing like what is data analyst. Okay. So normally like data analyst and data scientist, these are jobs positions right now which are in like much demand. The job, like what is data analyst and what is the role of a data analyst? So a data analyst is a person like who takes the data and analyzes the data and gives the insights about the data to the organization. So okay. So the role of a data analyst is to give the insights from the data. So a data analyst basically works with the data of an organization and give insights about the data. Okay. For example, there is a data of a factory, 1 year data of a factory of a production, okay, for example. So how much is the production your cost, how many how much the production was there. So these different insights you will provide it to the company, okay, based on the data. So to give insights, data analysis to give insight, okay, insights, information from the data. So it will the data analyst will provide the data in will use the data of an organization and will inform the company about the insights, about the information, about the hidden patterns in the data. Okay. So this is actually a role of a data analyst, to take the data of an organization and to use statistical techniques. Now, how he will be providing the insights and information from the data. Okay. So he will use statistical techniques. Using the statistical techniques, it will provide the information, the data analyst will provide insights from the data. Now, this using statistical techniques, and this statistical techniques he will be applying using some software, okay, some software or platform, you can say it, okay, some software platform that can be any programming language. So using this programming language, a data analyst will use statistical techniques and provide insights, information from the data. So this the normally the most in demand programming language used for data analyst or for data science today is Python, and some also uses R. So these are two programming languages which are very like common and which are very commonly used for data analytics. Okay. So normally to provide insights from the data is known as data analytics, and the job role is of data analyst. So the main job is performing analytics on the data, okay, of any data of any organization. It can be you can work in the healthcare area where you can use the healthcare data. For example, you have patients data, the history of patient, and so you have to provide the insights of from the patient's data. You can the same you can apply it in the any field. You can apply it in the manufacturing field, in the education field, or in the healthcare field. So if the data from any field, you have to use it, apply statistical techniques, and provide insights for, of the data to the company. Now, why the company needs the insights or the information? Okay, the main reason is to understand why they need the insights and information is to understand the performance of the company, understand the performance, and another very important thing is to make data based or data driven decisions. Okay, now what used to happen before is the companies used to make lots of decisions. Okay, but that decisions were based on the gut feeling, were based on the um, intuition or gut feeling, or what we can say is about based on experience. But now the companies are moving like they want the decisions based on data. So to make decisions in a company, in an organization, so they are applying data science. Okay, so data science is not only helping the um, companies and organizations to understand their performance and understand the points where they can improve themselves, but also to make the decisions. For example, I'll give you one example. In the manufacturing company, what happens is there is a production. Okay, so in a factory, for example, normally they produce, like, for example, 10,000 some units. So uh, they will produce the production is based upon the intuition. Like, now I think there is a demand of 10,000 units or 12,000 units, but here data science can help them to exactly identify how much is the need for the production. Okay, so the data scientist will help them to understand the needs and how much the production units should be there. So in this way it can help in data decisions, data science. So the companies are using data science organizations because to understand the performance and make data driven decisions. Analytics. So this is all analytics, to understand the performance, make data driven decisions from the data. Now analytics actually happens at three levels. Okay, analytics happens at three levels. First you have descriptive analytics. Okay, descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics, in descriptive analytics, what happens is you take the data and you give the insights and the information from the available data. So for example, you have a data of a production, so you will say about a company, so you will say that, see, was your loss, this was your highest sales in this month, was your highest sales in this month, was your lowest sales, you have to do this and that. So it will describe the data. So it will, in descriptive analytics, what happens is it will describe and provide insights from available data. Okay, that is descriptive analytics, you call. So the data which is available, you are telling from the only available data. Okay, see, this was your sales, this was your lowest sales, and you provide insights. And this insights are provided in a report form, in visualizations. Then you have something called as predictive analytics. Predictive analytics. In predictive analytics, what happens is that you not only just provide insights from the data, but you also predict for the company. Okay, so in your next month, this much will be your sales. In next month, you should produce this much. Okay, this much. So you will be helping in the predictions. Okay, in predictive analytics, you're helping the organization in taking decisions. So here in predictive analytics, you are not only describing the data, but you are predicting for the organization how much will be their sales for next year, how much they should produce. Okay, helping the organization in decision making. Okay, so basically when you predict, they can help help themselves in decision making. Okay, and then you have something called as prescriptive analytics. Prescriptive analytics. In prescriptive analytics, what you will do is, once you predict for the company, for the organization, now you will give some steps. You will now give them the roadmap how to achieve that prediction. Okay, so there is that is called as prescriptive analytics. So let me tell you now here, in data analyst, as a data analyst, you will be only dealing with descriptive analytics. Okay, a data analyst deals only with descriptive analytics, whereas a data scientist deals with these all three types of analytics and mostly with predictive analytics. So if you ask me the difference between data analyst and data scientist. So the main difference between data analyst and data scientist is that data analyst only works with descriptive analytics. He will only deal with descriptive analytics. The job of data analyst is only to provide insights from the available data using some statistical techniques. Using statistical techniques to provide the insights from the available data. Whereas a data scientist not only provides descriptive analytics, but also predicts for the company. Okay, so it will also perform predictive analytics. And in predictive analytics, it is done through with the help of AI, artificial intelligence. So a data and a scientist deals with AI, whereas data analyst does not deals with AI. So this is the main difference between a data analyst and a data scientist. Now the important thing is what is like what is data science or data analyst, uh, in the like what the pillars of data science, what are important things as a data scientist you should know. So the four pillars actually where data science or data analytics deals with is, the first thing is data. So because data is everything, so you have to work with data. So data is one of the most important pillar of data science, or data is one of the most important pillar for data science. ML, when is asking somebody question, so AI includes in ML. Okay, ML is a part of AI. Okay, so when AI I'm saying, it means it includes machine learning. Okay, so machine learning is a part of AI. Okay, so ML is used for predictive analytics. Okay, so data is important thing. Then you have to use statistics. There is something statistics. So this all the concept of data science and data analytics is completely based on statistics. But now for you to become data analyst or data scientist, do you have to learn statistics? No, the answer is no. Why? Because yeah, but you have to know about the concepts, okay, about the concepts of statistics, but not the whole formulas or how to solve the problems of statistics. No, the reason is because now we have something called as software platforms. The software platform has made the job easy. So software platform already has inbuilt everything. So you just have to write a one line code and it will perform the statistics for you. Okay, you don't need to use formulas, you don't need to remember formulas, nothing, and solve problems when I'm talking about statistics. So the software platform has made the job easy. So in the software platform, you can just write a code and it will perform statistics for you. The software platform, it can be Python and R. These are the two most important languages, or the most used commonly used programming languages. Okay, and then software platform again. Now if you want to go with the predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics, the fourth pillar, the fourth area is artificial intelligence. And AI, again, it's a ocean, it's a vast ocean. We will, in the AI, we will mostly deal with machine learning. So these are some four important areas. Okay, four important things: data, statistics, software platform, and artificial intelligence. And data also in here means about, you have to have knowledge about something called as domain. Okay, so data analyst and data scientist is not something as software, or not, it is not a technology to use. Okay, it is actually a field, it is actually a study. Okay, data science and data analyst or data scientist, it's not a technology. It is not a technology. Okay, you just can learn and use in IT field. Data analyst and data science is a wide field with different areas with different concepts. So you have to apply that different concepts. Okay, so data analyst is all about applying the concepts. So where you will be applying that concepts? On the domain. You will apply in the healthcare domain. You can use it in education. So you'll be using the education data and will perform analytics. You'll be using the healthcare data of the patients, of the hospital revenue, etc., and will perform analytics on that. So that is called as domain. Okay, so the area where you will be applying these concepts of data analytics and data science. So you can use it in HR. It can be used in manufacturing. There are lots of domains. So data analyst and data science is something where it can be applied to any field. Okay, it can be HR, it can be healthcare, it can be education, any field. So that is called as domain. So because now you have to apply it into domain, so you should have kind of some knowledge about domain, like how it can be applied to HR, how it can be applied to education field. So you have to have some knowledge about education field. You have to have knowledge about some about the domain where you are applying data science or data analyst. So as a data analyst, you will be have to work with descriptive analytics. Okay, descriptive analytics. And the main difference between data analyst and data science is that the data analyst works with descriptive analytics, whereas data science works with all three types of analytics, that is descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So now the roadmap to like become a data analyst, and what are the like different topics which will be covered here in this course for data analyst, and inshallah Sheba sir will discuss all this in detail. I'll just mention some important modules which will be discussed in data analyst course. This is Excel with statistics, and you have important, then again you have SQL, structured query language. Now you please tell me, there is SQL is something deals with database. Now please, as a data analyst and data scientist, what you will be working with, what you will be working with? Yes, anybody please. What is that you will be working with data as a data analyst and data scientist? What is the important most important thing you need as a data analyst or data scientist? Yes, please, anybody. As a data scientist or data analyst, what is the important thing? Like without that you cannot do analytics. Without that you cannot be like data analyst. Yes, anybody please.
I think, hi, my name is Akash.
Yeah.
And from my point of view, I think in data analysis, Excel will be one priority, and in data
No, I'm
scientist,
not talking about that different modules. Okay, just you say like as a data analyst, till now what you have got, like what is the important thing you'll work with? Without that, you like there is no analytics. No analytics can happen. Without that, there is nothing called job as data analyst. What is the most important thing?
I think Excel. Excel is the thing which you have to know
Okay.
very importantly.
Okay. Now, I was actually like talking about something about like what without that you cannot like, perform analytics. Excel is to perform analytics, but without to perform analytics, that is data. Data is important. No? First, you have to have data. Then you can use Excel. You can use anything and perform analytics. Even without Excel, you can perform analytics. There are other platforms. There are other tools, but the very most important thing is data. Exactly, the data. So you have to work with data. Now you please tell me, in an organization where they will keep the data, the data, mostly the data is kept in files or database. And files, there are not in mostly the data is kept in database. Actually, mid-size organizations, they start keeping their data in database. Okay, Small size organizations, they prefer files, and files, you have Excel files, you have CSV files. But from the mid-level organizations, they prefer database. Now, the most important thing you have to work with is data. So, and the data is in the database. So the first job before analytics, the job of data analyst or data scientist, the first task data analyst has is to go to the database and collect the database. Okay, sorry, collect the data. Go to the database and collect the data. Go to the database and fetch the data from there and bring the data so that you can perform analytics. That is the first task a data analyst does. So what you have to do is you have to communicate with the database of that organization, and you have to bring the data from there. So for that, you need to know how to communicate with database. Okay, you need to know how to communicate with database. So that is why we'll also be covering structured query language, SQL. So using SQL, you can communicate, you can use any RDBMS database. And RDBMS databases are the most commonly used databases, okay, all over the world. Mostly they use Oracle, you have MySQL. These are some databases which are commonly used by lots of companies, MNCs, okay. So we will also use SQL, so that you have to, because the first task is to communicate with the database and bring the data and bring the bring the data into the your Python, okay. So that now again, after that you can perform with you can go ahead with your analytics. So SQL is very important. So we'll be working with SQL, Excel, then again you have Python. Now Python is again for data cleaning, and then you have to perform statistical techniques, okay. Now, as I said, data analyst and data science is all about applying statistical techniques to on the data. Data analyst or data science is all about applying statistical techniques on the data. But how to apply those statistical techniques? So using Python. So we'll use Python as a software platform, and we can apply statistical techniques. Okay, and here we'll also deal with some statistical concepts so that you get thorough with the statistics. Okay, in Python we'll be applying it. Python, and then you have some data visualization tools. Okay, these are very commonly data visualization tools nowadays. Okay, there is a lot of demand for these data visualization tools. These are some of them are Tableau. You have Tableau, you have Power BI. These are some data visualization tools that are in huge demand today. Okay, so these are some topics which will be discussing in the, and I've discussed these topics in brief, and there are lots of to discuss in this. Any doubts? Any doubts still here? Any questions? Any queries? Yes, anybody, please. Yes.
Sir, do we need knowledge of the Excel sheets totally? MS Excel sheet.
Please come again. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Can you please come again?
So my question is, do we need the MS Excel sheet knowledge overall? Excel.
Knowledge in the sense like Excel is like very important actually. Nowadays, Excel application is being used, but you don't need to worry. We'll be covering Excel in the course. Okay. We'll be covering inshallah Excel, all these statistical concepts, everything inshallah will cover in the course. Yes. Another Mr. Fateh Najib. Yes. Any other questions? So I think from here So if you don't have any questions, I think from here, inshallah, Shehbaz sir will be continuing. I think he has already joined here. So if you have any questions, you can refer it to Mr. Shehbaz sir. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, Adnan, can you hear me?
Yes,
I think you're the host. Can you make me host?
yeah, sure. Actually, I'm the co-host actually, so FSA has that right.
Okay, okay. Just a minute. I'll see you. Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, one more question regarding the course, sir. May I?
Adnan, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Adnan, continue. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I saw one like logo or some that pamphlet is there about data analytics course. It has been mentioned that it is for BA, MCom or something, BCom degrees people. It is not for BTech.
No, see, any graduate can go with the data analyst course and data science course, but like for BTech, data science is much preferred. Okay, but you have to start with data analyst, of course. Even if you want to go with the data science, you have to start with data analyst. But for BTech guys, data science courses much preferred actually.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Is I'm audible to you? Anyone?
Yes, you are.
Very good evening. I would like to welcome you all for this wonderful demo of Data Analyst. My name is Ejaz Ahmed. I am the Managing Director for Full Stack Academy. So here we are conducting the courses which has jobs. Okay, a lot of companies are approaching us for the skill set from the student community. And I was just talking here in offline classes, we have the like around 15, 16 students sitting here in offline classroom, and alhamdulillah, mashallah, I can see around 20 plus students and connected to online. So this is a very happening course, that is a data analyst, and we have very subject matter expert to take up this course here, and we conduct this course majorly in offline mode because we feel or uh, uh, we like that students should come and learn in a traditional methodology where in a classroom learning will give a lot of good impact. Okay, this is one, right? And online also, if you are part of any other state or any other country, obviously you can connect to this course through an online mode, right? So here, apart from this course, every course comes up with a free employability skills classes over here. Okay, there will be 2 weeks workshops will be conducted in which we train all our students to be ready for the jobs, like employability skills like soft skills, communication skills, confidence communication, resume writing, interview, and commonly asked the questions in interview, that tell me about yourself. That is the basic question of the interview, which is an ice-breaking question and which will tell the person whether he is in or out of the interview. So that itself where our students or our basic freshers will struggle to answer. We prepare them for those questions and we make them the industry ready. And after that, we have some companies who are approaching us for the candidate. Having an HR over here who will be full time resumes and filtering your resumes according to your skill set, according to your qualifications, we will approach to the companies, all right? And that's how the Full Stack Academy is serving. We have other courses as well. You can go through our website, fullstackacademy.in for the details. So I would like now to give to our master trainer, Mr. Shehbaz sir, who is having an overall 25 plus years of experience, starting career in Oracle database administration to cloud, then big data, Hadoop, then comes to the data science and AI, artificial intelligence also he covers, right? So his versatility, he's a very good asset for our community, and mashallah, he delivers for the full strength, and whatever the course content we give, more than that, this class will be delivered. So without wasting much time, I would like to now hand over to Mr. Shehbaz sir, who will be taking hybrid mode here, offline and online as well. And I would like to request everyone to keep your phone on mute so that, Shehbaz sir can start his session, please. Over to you, Shehbaz sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes, guys, this is Shehbaz. Welcome to the session. Can you people hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. So how about you people? Are you okay? Comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I think you people have waited. Meanwhile, the session was going on there. The guys who are sitting over here in this class, they had missed what Adnan just spoke to you people actually. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me directly get to the point. The topics what I'm going to discuss, I'll write down. Okay, so you people can also understand. We'll be discussing from the scratch. Okay, so I wanted to use the board, but now you can understand that because we have to manage both, right? This online audience and you people. Okay, so I'll just write down here. So basically, what we're going to talk about. What is data analytics? So this is all about, first point is it's all about data analytics. Okay, data analytics. So why data analytics briefly, and what is data analytics? And then we're going to talk about data analyst. Okay, data analyst. So here we're going to talk about who is data analyst? Okay, how to become data analyst? Job opportunities for data analyst. And we'll talk about the course, all the details, fine. And I prefer to keep this Q&A session at the end. So you have question in between, you can ask me, or at the end you can ask me. You can note down the questions and you can ask any technical questions, general questions, questions related to your career guidance, your education, course, any doubts, any clarification, please go ahead. Most welcome. Okay, now I'm not going to talk too much about myself because already it's time delayed. So I'll directly get you to the action. If you look at what is exactly data analytics. So before that, why data analytics? So I have a detailed PowerPoint presentation which I'm not using currently because that will take a lot of time, more than 1 hour. Okay, I have a very detailed presentation, but I just want to skip because it's already half an hour, more than I think half an hour, 45 minutes. I prefer to directly write down, and then I will just. Now, the most important thing for any businesses is making decision on time. Do you agree or no? Isn't it? Making decision on time, making correct decision on time. So this is something very important challenge. Let me tell you that for the businesses, in fact, for everybody, the most important thing is what? Making decisions. And this decision must be on time, must be correct, accurate decisions. It's a very big challenge for any organization, for any company. You talk about healthcare industry, hospitals, pharmaceuticals, you talk about manufacturing companies, even education, schools, colleges, supermarket, retail businesses, airlines industry. You talk about any organizations. On a daily basis, what they do? They make lots of decisions. In our personal life, do we make decision? Yes or no? We make decision, right?
Yes.
Now, I tell you one thing. This decision, what we are going to talk about, and what decisions a business make, And here there is a very important role of data analytics or data analyst. So when you want to understand data analyst or data analytics, you have to understand about decision making. Okay, I'm asking you a very simple question to all of you here and all online audience. When you want to buy any item, how do you buy? How do you make decisions? For example, if you want to buy a mobile phone, okay, so how do you buy a mobile phone? How do you make a decisions? You go to a shop and you select this particular mobile phone, this brand, or what
No,
before you make a decision?
research about the product.
Yeah, good. You people also please go ahead. You tell me. You're getting right my question? Compare the product. Here is saying, yeah, anybody you can tell me, compare the products. What else, please? Features. You will look at the features. Great. Yes, go. That's great. Comparing the brand, features, maybe pricing, the most important, price comparison, features, price comparison, all those things, isn't it? You know what? After that, when you decide to buy a particular brand, this means you are taking a decision based on data. This is called data-driven decisions. Now, somebody is going and buying without doing all these things. This is called a decision based on feelings, guts. Oh, I like that. It looks very nice. And after that, he's crying. Why? Because these features are not good. Oh, I overpaid the price, isn't it? Isn't it? It happens with us, right? Sometimes when we make decision without analysis, without data, later we cry. Oh, we are not satisfied. That means we say, wow, we made a bad decision. And the same thing happened for the businesses. For example, if a business wants to, maintain the stock inventory, Amazon, for example, Amazon. So Amazon is selling so many things, Flipkart. So they have to maintain an inventory, for example, or maybe through whichever seller they are selling, they have to maintain an inventory. So on what basis they have to make inventory? So they have to look at the data and look at the pattern, like which item is selling more fast, which item is in more demand, isn't it? So accordingly, they have to maintain what? Stock inventory, right? Isn't it? So otherwise it is waste, right? So for example, if one particular item is selling very fast, so they can keep that item more. Slow item, they don't need to keep it. Okay. Or for example, if a company want to open a branch in a particular city, so just go blindly and do that? No. So they conduct survey, analysis, population, and all those things. And based on that, okay, this city, this particular area is best for this particular branch. So this decision is based on what? Data-driven decisions. Now the answer is here. So that means making decision based on what? Based on data. So what do you call this? Data-driven decisions. Okay. And this is all about data analytics. That's it. So what is data analytics? Data analytics helps an organizations or even individuals in making data-driven decisions. Now, we are talking about data analytics or data analyst part, first level, which is called descriptive analytics. Descriptive. Okay, I'll tell you, don't worry about that. But there is something called prediction also, the future prediction. In data science, we do future prediction. But that is also not very tough to understand because we also do that actually. Do we make prediction in our day-to-day life? Yes or no? I'm asking. Yes, isn't it? For example, before going to office or maybe to the shopping and all that, sometime during rainy season, you look at the sky and say, now it's going to rain, better not go now, or better go fast because it's about to rain, or don't go this time because there is a more traffic. Yes or no? So these are all called what? Prediction. And companies, organization also make what? Prediction. So we are making prediction based on the past experience, and the companies can make prediction based on the past data. So this everything revolves around data. You understand the importance of data? This is all about data, the power of data. So companies cannot make a decision based on the gut feeling. Which particular item will be selling more in future? Okay, which project is going to give us more in future? So based on that, they can make what decisions. So this is all data analytics. Are you people getting this? Yes, online guys. Anybody can respond. Are you understanding what I'm talking about? Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Or is it like I'm doing very fast bowling and bouncing? Are you able to play? Sure. But even if you're not understanding, please note down and ask me at the end. I prefer at the end. Okay. So this is about analytics. Now, what is all about, like, if you want to save the money, cost saving and all that, analytics is doing great. And in US, Europe, companies have realized, in India, a lot of companies have realized that we have to implement data analytics. Now, the question is very important. How? If an organization want to implement data analytics, how? So then they can gather data. But who is going to help them? Who is going to help an organization in making data-driven decisions, in becoming a data-driven organization?
Data analyst.
Answer. Very good. Good. Data analyst. And there are two. There is one more guy there. Data analyst and data scientist. I think you might be thinking about what the difference between data analyst and data scientist. I'll tell you about that. So first role comes data analyst. Second role comes data scientist. Okay. So basically, if you look at data analyst, now you understand data analyst. So data analyst is the guy. Now here, the second question, data analyst. Who is data analyst? So data analyst, in other words, is a guy who is going to basically help the organization making decisions based on data, data-driven decisions. This is the main primary role of a data analyst. Okay. So if you look at, before we talk in detail about data analyst, so data analyst is a role, R-O-L-E role, which you can play. You can become a data analyst and you can work for an organization as a data analyst. Okay. So before we talk about in detail, quickly to get a picture about the difference between data analyst and data scientist, let me write on that. Data analyst, and second is what? Data scientist. So right now, what is your goal? What is your target? Data analyst. So, data analyst is all about, it talks about descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics. Okay, don't worry, I'll make it very simple. Descriptive analytics is all about what happened, what is happening, what happened. That's it. It's called descriptive analytics. It just describes. Okay. So basically, how data analyst is going to help the management, the stakeholder in knowing what is happening with the help of data. So what happened, what is happening. Okay. What is happening, or what happened, you can say, what is happening, or what happened. Fine. But data scientists will take one step ahead and he's going to talk about what will happen. Got it? What will happen? And this is called predictive analytics. Okay? Predictive analytics. So in predictive analytics, what will happen? Okay, got it? So this is the difference between data analyst and data scientist. So data scientists, they use something called artificial intelligence, machine learning, advanced algorithms, which you can become. But the best way to become a data scientist is first by becoming a data analyst. The best part. You can learn data, and you can learn data analysis. You can become a data analyst, and then you can work maybe for 1 year or maybe 2 years, and then you can start, exploring, learning more about data science, and you can directly apply for a data science job. And companies will prefer you because already you have worked as a data analyst, and natural progression would be towards data science. So when you work as a data analyst, natural progression will be data science. In 1 year or 2 years, you will definitely become data scientist. So first you'll be working at descriptive analytics and then predictive analytics. There are 3 levels are there: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics, which sometime later I'll talk about prescriptive analytics. Okay. Now talking about the most important question, how to become a data analyst. Now something very much relevant to you people, as you're looking for data analyst role. Who is data analyst, what he does on a day-to-day basis, and how to become data analyst means how to get even job. Okay, so these are all the points let me discuss based on my experience. Actually, yeah, I have written that you are going to help management in knowing what is happening, what happened. But if you look at data, DA is short for what? Data analyst. So if you look at the data analyst in the role and responsibility of the task, right? So task, the most important task, you know what? Working with what? Data. Gathering what? Gathering data. Gathering data. One of the most important, gathering data. So do you understand data clearly? What is exactly the data? Something related to customers, products, inventory, finance, accounts. In fact, data is everywhere, yes or no? Today you came, you have given your information, you have given your contact number, that's called data, yes or no? Your name, all these. When you visit a website, data is getting generated. In fact, nowadays, when we do anything, data gets generated. All the activities generate what? Data. In businesses, all the activities generate what? Data. Selling, buying, all the transactions generate data. And this data provides insights. So something very important, that like gathering data. So why data is so much important? Data itself is not important. You know what is important? Data itself is not important. What is important is insights. So what we derive from data is called insights. You know what is insight? An accurate and deep understanding. Okay, what's that? An accurate and deep understanding of data. You have got data and you don't understand. Can you make decision? When you have understanding of something. Can you? Yes. So when something you understand, then only you can take action, right? So data itself is not useful, but insight, which helps in making what? This insight will help in what? Making what? Decision, right? Through this. Okay. So exactly how data analysts help? Very simple, I'll tell you. All the data we have, all the employees data, customer data, all the products data. So all the data will be there, but this data will be scattered and all that. So the management wants to know the complete data in a proper shape. Now look at that, the most important thing. As a data analyst, you will be creating what? Reports. So report is nothing but the complete summary of what? Data. For example, the management wants to know that how much we have sold in last quarter, in last month. Simple, right? How much we have sold last month. Or can you do comparison? How much we have sold in last 3 months? So I want comparison. Last 3 months comparison, last 3 quarter comparison, last 3 years comparison. So who's going to do this? Data analyst. Which is not tough, I tell you what, if you learn, you can do it. So you have data, you create reports. Report is nothing but a summary. Have you seen balance sheet? Yes. Balance sheet report, that is data. That's the report. Now I tell you one thing. When you have data, numbers, sometimes it takes time to understand, right? I think you know that there is a very famous saying that one picture is worth of 1,000 words. So as a data analyst, what you have to do? Picture visualization. What's that? Visualization. That means you have to create different types of what? Charts. So you have to convert data into pictures. Different types of chart, bar chart, pie chart, different types of chart. So when you look at a chart, can you understand easily? You can easily understand. But when you look at a report, it takes time, isn't it? So who's going to create these different types of charts? Data analysts. Now the question is that how? We'll discuss that later. For that, you'll be using some tool. But first you understand what exactly you're going to do. Okay. Apart from that, you will be creating, you know what? Dashboard. Dashboard. Dashboard will give a complete picture about the performance of the organization. You know, in most of the car, you see in the front side, there is a dashboard. It will tell you the mileage, speed. So complete idea, the performance, you know, right now, at what speed the car is moving, what is the petrol left, all that detailed information, the fuel information. So for example, the management or the manager wants to know that how many orders we have processed today, how much we have sold today, you know, that complete information on a single screen. That's called what? Dash. So this is what exactly you have to do. And you have to write down queries. What's that? Queries, or it is also called ad hoc queries. Ad hoc queries. So sometimes the management wants to know that information about how much stock is available for a particular item. Not a report, just basic information. So you have to write a query. So precisely, this is what you have to do. But apart from that, there are certain tasks are there, like for example, cleaning data. Data cleaning. Sometimes data comes in messy form. Some data is missing. So if that data is missing, how to replace data with some other values, or if some duplicate data, same data is repeating. So how to remove duplicate data. So anytime, you know, when you're working with data, of course, one of the most important part is data pre-processing. We directly write out what's the data cleaning, or it's called data cleansing. So in other words, as a data analyst, you are totally working with what? What is your raw material? What is the data? Every time you're working with data, which is all about detail about customer, sales, purchase, all these things. Mostly this is structured data, which comes in that tabular format. Now the question is that how exactly you are going to do that? So now you know that the skills. What is the skills you require? The tools what you require to do this. Now look at this. Let me write down here itself. You know, if you look at these reports, you can create these reports using what? There's a tool is that called Power BI. What is that? Power BI. Or you can use something called Tableau. Or you can use Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel also you can use. Okay. So Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet. It is a spreadsheet. So you can use this spreadsheet for creating reports and all that. For this chart also, you can do the same thing. Okay. For this dashboard also, you can use same Power BI, same. So you can do all these things. For ad hoc query, directly you have to use what? SQL. What's that? Structure. SQL stands for Structure Query Language. But if you have huge data, then you have to use a very powerful tool called Python plus Python. So, for example, you have got limited data, then Excel is good. But when you got few thousands of records, then Python is very good. Without knowing programming, you can work with Python. Okay. So, guys, so these are the things I want to tell you about, like reports, dashboard, queries, and all those things. So most of the things, I tell you one thing, you are already aware. You know, I tell you one thing, in school you have seen reports, yes or no? Every year report देखने से पहले डर होता था ना? Result is coming, report. That's not report. And I think visualization chart also you have seen, bar chart, pie chart, visualization as well. Dashboard example I have given. If you watch news, TV and all, cricket news, particularly any sports, you get dashboards. You can go to Google and check dashboard, it will show that. And this is what you have to do. SQL, is basically structured query language where you have to write queries to extract data from the database. That is for ad hoc queries, which is easy. You can run. And here nowhere programming is involved. So Python has got very lightweight programming, very basic level coding. So now you got that what even we are going to cover in the course, all this we are going to cover in the course. And I don't need to tell you, I think you understand, you have the answer. You have the answer. You tell me which organization require data analysts, which organization you think require, which industry, which organization require data analysts. Is every organization require data analysts or only few?
Every.
Wherever there is a data, there is a need of data analysts, I tell honestly. Every school, okay, every school, everybody, they need data. Where there is a, you know, of course, there is a small school where there are less than 100 school students, maybe not. If they have got more students, more data is coming, supermarkets, all they require what data. And just imagine for the large organization, they have a team of data analysts, not single, team of data analysts. So that the scope is huge, opportunity is huge. In US, Europe, huge. Even in Gulf nowadays, in India, you go and look at the Naukri.com, there are a lot of requirements for data analysts. And it's just beginning. It's coming up more and more and more. Because a data analyst playing a very important role in making data-driven decisions. You, as a data analyst, when you work for any organization, you are doing a great favor, isn't it? You are saving a lot of money actually. So when they are paying you salary, it's not, you know, they'll be very happy to pay you because you are doing cost cutting for them actually. Because by thoroughly analyzing data, we can know that I think we can avoid these. We don't need to do this. And the right decision can save costs. Yes or no? Yes. That's the power of data. But the power of data only when you derive insights from data. And to derive insight from data, we need to do all these things: report, dashboard, queries, and all those things. And that's the role of data analyst. So for most of the organizations, they don't need data scientists, but they need. Every organization may not need data scientists, but every organization do need data analysts. When there is a huge, if they want to do prediction, then they need data scientists. Otherwise, data analysts, everybody requires. Even large organizations require data analysts. Okay, so in the course, we're going to cover everything. Yes, guys, I think I don't want to talk too much. It's already late, but I would like to now interact with you people. You ask questions. Go ahead, ask questions. Anything. Okay, if you're not asking question, then that's a problem. So it is, answer is not important. You know what is important? Question is important. Why? Because if you don't ask the question, then there will be no answer. So credit goes to not the person who is answering, the credit goes to the person who is asking questions. The questions are important. And we have been trained from the beginning in our right way. Don't ask questions. Zyada question karo, zyada nahi karna. But I tell you one thing, you have to ask questions. Ask questions. It is not the answer which give you enlightenment. It is the question which give you enlightenment. Answers are not important. Answers are not important. Questions are important. Because when you have question, some or the other day you get answer. But you don't have question, answer can't serve. Have you ever, kabhi soche aap log, there is an answer, there is no question. Possible or not? Possible? Answer hai, question nahi hai. Possible hai. जब तक क्वेश्चन नहीं रहेगा आंसर नहीं है. जब प्रॉब्लम है तो सॉल्यूशन आएगा ना. मेरे पास सॉल्यूशन है, प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है, सॉल्यूशन है. So when you are selling something, you have to solve what? Problems, right? So yes, guys, all guys who are online, you people can ask me questions. And this, our course is a very practical oriented course. We show you everything practically and you practice well. SQL, Excel, PowerPoint, this Power BI, Tableau, you practice well, solve problems, and we give you real-time data. A lot of data is available online, real-time data. Work on the data, you solve problems, and you try to derive insight from the data, work on data visualization, and you make a report. Now, coming to something very important part, yes, let me tell you that we also help you in this very important thing called certification. There are a lot of certifications available. Even some certifications are free. Google certification, Google Certified Data Analyst. Google Certified Data Analyst. That course you can take free. We will guide you.
Which course, sir?
This Google Certified Data Analyst. Certified Data Analyst. Okay. Now, Google Certified Data Analyst is there. Microsoft Certified Data Analyst, Azure Certified Data Analyst is there. Okay. If you take one, that is enough. Okay. And even without spending money, you can take this certification. I will guide you. So the certification will be a plus point to you. When you're applying for a job, yes, I have a certificate. Achha, the FSA will give you certification, but that certification is called course participation certification. But this certification will tell you, you have this knowledge. This is like validating, yes, you have got this, you possess the skills, and you can work as a data analyst, you can solve problems. Yes, now don't wait, fire questions. Yeah,
Sir,
yeah, go ahead, please.
sir, is your certificate verified by all over the countries?
Yes, all over the world, not country, but world, all over world, it is recognized. Yes, it is worldwide. Isn't it? This is the question you're asking, right? The value of certificate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, any other questions you have related to the course, related to data analysis? You can ask question like whether I can do any graduate can do data analysis, any graduate. Doesn't matter, no problem.
So you will be teaching Excel from starting onwards.
Very good question. Not only Excel will be teaching you SQL, statistics from scratch. From the scratch. Even statistics, mean, mode, median, you have learned in school, right?
Yes.
That also we are going to cover from the scratch. We are not going to assume that you know already. No, we will teach. I will teach you what is mean, mode, median. Okay.
Sir, what is SQL?
SQL is a database language. It stands for structured query language. When you want to retrieve data from any database, then we use this particular language. This is very, very important for data analysts. So you get questions like, the management, the business will ask you, can you give me information about particular customer? There is a 1 million customer. Out of 1 million customer, they are asking for information about one customer, which is in database. So you have to write a query to find out the information about customer, orders, all these things. So you have to write queries. So SQL is a database language to get information or data from a database. See, these are the questions they are getting. Yes, why not? You people are asking. Go ahead, please ask. Power BI, yes. Yeah. We are focusing on two in this course, particularly it is Tableau. Okay, Tableau, because either one. Yeah. But what my advice is better you focus on Power BI nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we are going to do that. Power BI will be covering very thorough with DAX, and there are extra features are there. Now Dataverse feature is also come, how to connect with Dataverse and other sources. And let me also tell you that we will be giving you the fundamental concept about cloud computing also, because nowadays everyone must have to have basic knowledge about cloud computing. How to work on cloud. Easy, which is not tough. Okay. Like if I ask you right now, I'm working on cloud. Yes, I'm. You know what I'm using this? What is this right now? This program I'm typing. This is Google Doc, and this is on cloud. Is it installed in local machine? No, this is Google Cloud. This is cloud. So when you are working with a remote software, that is called cloud. So indirectly, directly, we work with cloud actually. So, but we are going to, as a data analyst, you have to have some fundamental knowledge about cloud computing. So we will do that, don't worry. So what is required to get a job data analyst, we'll do our best. And the rest is your part. You have to work hard on a daily basis, 2-3 hours you have to spend for practicing, reading, practice, and that there will be definitely, inshallah, result. Yes, guys, any questions, more questions? Otherwise, we'll conclude the sessions. Any questions related to job, related to you, about your personal background, education, these and that, anybody? Yes, anybody online, no questions?
Sir, Python will be also taught by you only.
Yes, Yes, of course, I will teach Python. Maybe for some tools, I may be taking help of other trainers like Excel and all that. Okay, but the main Python, what do you call SQL, statistics, definitely I'm going to handle. Okay, I have a group of trainers, they are also very good, don't worry. Like just now, Adnan, how did you find the session of Adnan?
It was good, sir.
Yeah, so he's also one of the trainer actually. You know, we have, alhamdulillah, a team of trainers. Okay, team of trainers. In team of trainers, I have got trainers as old as, you know, as old as 22, 3 years, 24, 25 years, and as young as 47. Okay. So in
Sir, what will be the duration for this course?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, daily we are going to take 1.5 hours, not 1 hour. Okay, 1.5 hours, and there'll be some special classes on Saturdays. Okay. Yes, yes. No, it depends actually. If you really find that I must have better job scope, opportunity more, then you can take. Otherwise, once you finish data analyst, you can work as a data analyst, and then later you can go for data science. But if you are getting an opportunity for data science, more opportunity jobs, and you say that like, no, first let me finish it off data science and then I will. Both options are there. But I generally prefer that, like, you know, first you complete data, first you get a job of data analyst and then you plan for data science. If somebody is very good in mathematics, having very good background in mathematics, so I would prefer that right from the beginning you can go for data science. Otherwise, the best decision will be first data analyst and then data science. Okay. What is your, tell me about your background? BTech? BSc Computer Science. Okay, great. Yes, guys. So any other questions? I think most of the questions have been answered. So are you going to address this?
Yeah, classes will be starting Monday.
Yes, sir. Aja sir wanted to talk to you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello everyone. So the classes will be starting from Monday. The timings would be evening, like 5:30 in the evening, 5:30 till 7 o'clock. All right. So we'll have a break for Maghrib Salah as well. So those who wanted to register, you can register here. And one of the thing is Monday, if you could decide, and the fee would be 20,000 rupees, and it can be payable in 2 installments, but it's up to you. But if at all anybody is trying to pay in a one time, so we can settle 10% discount for that, and that is also available till only Monday. If you could, you know, confirm by Monday and complete the payment by Monday. So 10% discount for one time payment, and that for Monday, inshallah. And the classes would begin from Monday 5:30 p.m. onwards. Right, every day there will be class, and I request everyone to come up with your laptops so that you can do a practice. Right, and apart from this course, we will have an employability skills workshops where we will train you how to approach for the jobs, how to prepare for interviews, and confidence communications, how to answer, tell me about yourself, all these questions. And apart from that, every day, like there are 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. From Monday onwards, we have another program where we are teaching how to prepare for MNC jobs, fresher jobs. Last year, there were 4.5 lakhs jobs opening were there, which were filled by top MNCs, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, Cognizant, all companies. Now this year, they have roughly about 8 lakh jobs. So 2022, those who are passing out from the colleges, they can apply for these fresher jobs. Freshers can be considered for 2 academic years, 2021 and 2022. Right? Earlier it was 2020 pass out and 2021 pass out. Now it is 2021 and 2022. Okay, we have full 1 month classes for them, 7 to 8 o'clock in the evening. Once you finish this class, immediately you can join that class as well. That also happens in offline mode. All right. So I believe that the demo has been very useful to you all. So thank you very much for joining in, and hopefully we will see you all on Monday. If there are no questions, then we can close this meeting. Any questions?
Yes, from an online audience, yes. You do you have any questions?
Sir, from any background, means I am not from max. I don't like max subject. So can I join this?
Yeah, I told you, right? For data analysis, really it doesn't matter actually. So it doesn't matter like you are BCom, BA guys also can do, arts people can also do. So it's perfectly okay if you don't know or if you don't have any math background, don't worry. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for attending this class. Thank you. See you then.